Hello. I think it's NagafenOfIvalice here. Well, it's a Fraps test with Empire at War, but not quite Empire at War, because Empire at War on its own actually kinda sucks. Because there's nothing there. Seriously, they have stuff like, what's it, a tank, I think, another tank. I think I'm oversimplifying it a bit. Anyway, this video is a test of Fraps, and it is all courtesy of FE Lover 3 to be exact, who go watch his videos. He's doing one on Battle for Middle-earth 2, which I enjoy. Strategy games are awesome, so I thought he helped me sort out Fraps. So I'm going to test it on one of my favourite mods ever made, and it's for Empire at War, which is essentially, think of Galactic Battlegrounds in 3D, or for War of the Rings mode, for well, Battle for Middle-earth 2, but with spaceships. Yeah. This mod adds a ton load of ships and enemies and helpful. Neither one's really enemy, you can be either, but tons of ships and characters and stuff to this game. So we're gonna try a game. We're gonna try, I believe we're gonna try Galactic Conquest. Oh yes. As you know, well, no you don't know. I'm going to play the game on medium, because easy, it's hard enough on easy, but we're going to try it on medium, just for you. Gonna die! We're going to try. And it's just a test video, who cares? So I'm the Rebellion, because the Empire is blah, they just have loads of triangles, and we have loads of triangles! Join the Empire, we have loads of triangles! And the Zan Consortium is blah. Because seriously, the Zan Consortium of hacks. Just hacks. They actually, for those who've never played this game, the Zan Consortium can win just by corrupting worlds, and they work by not even having to conquer the galaxy. They just corrupt them, even if they're still in enemy control, which I think is kind of dull. So we're going to start at tech level 1, because yeah, and max tech level is 5. And we're going to have a ton of credits, so it's not really going to do me any good, and we're going to die probably quite soon. There's a test thing. So let's start. The game. Start the game. Game start! Race to the finish! So welcome to the galactic map, quickly put on pause. Welcome to the galaxy. Now this mod is epic because the original Empire at War I think had about 45 worlds, and being a Star Wars nerd, I'm going to admit it, I love Star Wars, that I am. This adds a ton of new planets to the game from the expanded trilogy and stuff like that. No, not the prequel trilogy. Sit down! What? Oh. Where you from and what? What? Say what again? I dare you! I double dare you, motherfucker! Say what again? What? Where you from? No, I'm just repeating myself. So, welcome to the galactic map. It's the galaxy of Star Wars, essentially. At its core, I will be explaining planets as we visit them, because my Star Wars knowledge is geeky, but it's not enough that I know stuff, but I don't harp on about it. So this is the galaxy. Basically, in this version, I've never played medium, so this will be harder. You have the Empire. You can tell by this little symbol here, there are enemies. Our enemies! They come with their hacksaws and their triangles to destroy us. And we won't let that happen. We won't let that happen. Because, you know, we're good guys. If we let that happen, what kind of rebellion will we be? Quite a bad one, to be honest. Yeah. And we are the rebellion, the elites. We are the people who are the good guys, my favourite side, and screw everyone who likes the Empire more, plays TIE Fighter and loves that over X-Wing. I love the rebellion. They're underappreciated, they have better stuff, they just have less of it. So we start off, this is the Empire at War Gold Pack. It's like Empire at War, but it has both it and its expansion, Forces of Corruption, here. Forces of Corruption is a subject where you play as criminal crime lords, and to be honest, I find that dull. Yes, I find being crime lords and hacking planets unfun. I must be weird. And yeah, in this version, as it's taking place just after the Battle of just before the Battle of Endor, but after the Battle of Yavin, for those who... In other words, after episode 4 but before episode 5. Or in other words, after A New Hope but before episode... The Empire Strikes... Or before Star Wars, after Star Wars, before The Empire Strikes Back, for those who really remember when Star Wars wasn't called A New Hope. So, we're on Hoth. The world, yeah, you know Hoth. For those who don't, which would be surprising considering how it's just like... I think it's the most popular Star Wars film ever. So if you've ever watched Star Wars, you've probably had someone shove this one in your face, so you probably know what Hoth is. But just in case you don't, apparently. Because, computer. Grr. We have this, Planet Info, Hoth. Tactical information, ground bases are undetectable. Ground bases are undetectable due to Hoth's distant location. So yeah, it gives you a brief history. For example, for those who never played Star Wars, it's Hoth is a dangerous world where the elements are in a constant threat, or are a constant threat. English. Ow. Don't slap myself. The entire planet is blanketed in snow and ice, with evening temperatures dipping well below the freezing point. Meteors also crash against Hoth's surface with frightening regularity, even though you never really see that. Because of these hardships, Hoth is inhabited by few species, the savage wampa ice creature and the docile tauntaun, and according to Family Guy, the cookie monster. Specials ground, rebels, Gallifrey, HTT and MDU. For those who want the squeezy on what that means, basically if it says something like this, Specials ground, rebels, this means that if the rebels own this place, they get something bonus that the Empire wouldn't if they owned it, which are the Gallifrey HTT, which is a kind of troop transport, and I will show you the MDU because they are hacks, and they win. Because, you know, they do. If you can't tell, I'm enthusiastic because this is my favourite Star Wars game next to Rogue Leader. Because it's like Galactic Battlegrounds, only it's not an Empire, Age of Empires clone. It's Lord of the Rings clone. That's besides the point. Oh, over here, if you check, we have the space map where Hoth is orbited by 3 moons, which I can never remember the names of, because I'm not that bad. I know what Hoth's moons are, but who cares? I care about the explodey things. Well, some people do, I'm glad, you know, people like what they like. And this is the ground map. For those of you who wonder why that's there, that's in case, well, we get invaded. So we check our base layout. This is the ground map again, but as you can see, something different. People, random empty spots with ragdolls, and don't worry, they don't appear to look like something from Portal. I don't know. This is the ground base. For all those who build stuff on Hoth, this is needed. It is needed. Hoth, in essence, is quite an enclosed area. You're probably going to get enemies wandering over from there and going, oh hi there, I didn't see you there, or there. Basically you can move troops around like that, so, you know, now just move over there, god damn it. So see, now Mon Mothma is protected by one of these, which is a T2B tank. Medium tanks armed with 4 rapid fire laser cannons. So basically they don't just fire their laser, they fire it, well, 4 times in rapid succession. Hacks. So we have 3 of them. We have Mon Mothma, for those who remember Return of the Jedi. It's the lady who talks in the middle and tries to give an inspiring speech, which isn't that unusual in Star Wars. We have a generic infantry platoon, who are, you know, generic, but they're generic to the max, so they're awesome. We also have a list here of what the advantages are for being here. I'm sorry if this is all going so fast, but there's so much about this game I need to explain, and I like it so much I'm actually happy to just explain it. But that'll probably wait for a bit. I just need to explain these and then I'm going to take a break to see if any of this is actually recorded. Snow. Unrelating blizzard conditions reduce sight range of many units by 50%. In other words, when you're on the ground you can't see everything. It's like a fog of war, and they're a bit better because it's not like a fog of war. It actually restricts your vision. So, let's say, I don't know, you don't randomly see things through mountains, Vanessa. So when they have 50%, that means that your sight range has gone down and you won't see the AT-AT pounding towards you till it's too late and you're screaming in fear. And as we said before, we have here base stealth. So when an enemy arrives above the plant, and if somehow you've lost all of your orbital forces because they wanted to kick your butt, then that's it really. They won't know you're here. They won't know how many of you are here, how many bases you've got here, so they could send in a tiny force expecting like one trooper, or they could send in a large force and get one trooper, which would kind of suck. But that's why we prepare for these things. I'll probably have to divide this, won't I? Yeah, probably. And you probably think, why aren't we playing the game? Because there's a lot of stuff that you're not gonna get. Really not gonna get. Just be like, what's that? Who's that? Who's that? Why am I here? Who didn't give me my medicine?